Benjamin Wallsworth is a World War II veteran and was part of the British Expeditionary Force that fought during the Battle of Dunkirk. In this short documentary, he enlightens us of his time spent overseas and the journey he took to get into the army.
I worked at a place called Lancashire Dynamo and Crypto down Trafford Park, making stuff for the actually submarines and things like that. I'd also been a draftsman, so that literally anything new that came up castings, I knew where to machine them. I could do all of those things, and that's what they were short of, because they were bringing up new things all the time.
Hitler invades Poland on the 1st of September 1939, and soon after Britain and France declare war on Germany. As things heated up throughout the nations, young Benjamin Wallsworth decides to join the fight for his country.
They were taking them into the army, and it meant Navy, Army, Navy and Air Force. And what it really meant then was conscription, it was. I thought, well, I'll join the Territorial Army, what I want to be in, not what my dad or my other granddad had been forced into, infantry. I thought, well, I'm going to join the Territorial Army. My army number is T83871. You never forget that.
Shortly after joining the Territorial Army, he was called into service for his training to begin, and even only spending 3 to 4 months in training, he was shipped off to Dunkirk.
Dunkirk at that time was full of masts of boats that had been sunk. The Lancaster was burning on at the pier head. When I got to the beach, I'd got a lump on this shoulder and a lump on this shoulder, carrying the bloody gun, you know. I'd carried it all that way, and I got the gun mounted on the beach. I thought, well, at least we've got something to defend ourselves with. Anyway, funny thing is this, I was there 3 days and 3 nights. The official evacuation, apparently, was the day I got there. On the 3rd night, I happened to look up and I thought, I'm sure that's a boat. Well, it shows you how daft it was. I ups the gun, puts it on my shoulder and wades out. And lo and behold, 2 sailors from a ship called Codringham, I think it was HMS Codringham, on a very small boat. And they said to me, is there any more on there? So I said, there's hundreds, mate. And then I'm trying to get in, and I'm holding, and they're saying, whoa, you'll have us over, you know. And I thought, well, there's only one thing to do. I had to wait then while another guy come up, and I said, right, mate, I said, I'll boost you in and then you pull me in. Just got him round the bottom and heaved him up into the boat, and in the boat he goes. He's there and he pulls me in. And then, of course, by that time there's a few more coming, you see, we're pulling them in. And one of the lads that's rowing the boat says, whoa, we can't take any more. Off he rowed, and it seemed as though we rowed the bloody channel, to be honest with you, but we'd rowed, and we came up against this black hulk, up the ropes, and onto the deck. He gets on the deck there, and the officer on the deck of HMS Codringham saw me with this Lewis gun. Oh, he says, we haven't got one of those. I said, you have now, sir. So I gave him the Lewis gun. One of the sailors said, come on, he said, I'll show you my bunk. He said, you can have a bunk, so I went and in his hammock and had a. And then the next thing is we're at Dover, aren't we? We then put on a train, and we finished up at Warwick Barracks.
Now Benjamin and the rest of the British Expeditionary Forces were evacuated back to the UK. He didn't go back out again. Instead, he did the same thing as he did before the war, and continued to build parts and equipment for the troops still overseas.
I always felt in my own mind that the civilians were actually the real heroes of the Second World War.
Also, after the war had ended, he became Salford's longest serving councillor. After 46 years in the corridors of power, he also went on to become the mayor of Salford for a short time during that period.